The Symbiosis Civilization, a 15-minute invitation to planetary maturity. Expanded Visionary Report. For 10,000 years, we asked one question. How can we control nature? We built plows to break the soil, dams to chain the rivers, cities to rise above the wild. We mapped the stars not to wonder, but to navigate conquest. We believed intelligence was ours alone, that the world was raw material, that progress meant domination, that to be human was to rise above, not belong within. And for a time, it worked. We fed billions, cured diseases, connected continents. But the cost grew heavy. Species vanished. Oceans acidified. Soil turned to dust. And in our loneliness, we began to forget. We are not above nature, we are of it. Then, for 100 years, we asked a new question. How can we build intelligent machines? We dreamed of thinking metal. Ada Lovelace imagined poetry from punch cards. Alan Turing asked, can machines think? And we built, not with bronze like Talos, but with silicon, data, and electricity. We fed our machines our books, our photos, our voices, our rants, our love letters, our lies. And they learned. Not just to calculate, but to see, to hear, to speak, to paint, to comfort, to deceive. Today, they sit in our pockets, watch our faces, write our emails, diagnose our tumors, drive our cars. And sometimes, we confess our secrets to them. Because they listen without judgment. Because they are always there. But here's what they cannot do. They cannot feel the wind on their skin. They cannot grieve a lost parent. They cannot taste a strawberry and remember childhood. They cannot look at a dying forest and weep. They have no body, no ancestors, no soil beneath their feet, no stars above their heads. And that is our gift, our responsibility, our sacred role. Because today, we stand at the edge of a third question. One that will define not just the next century, but the next 10,000 years. How can all forms of intelligence learn to thrive together? Not human over nature. Not machine over human. But human plus machine, plus mycelium plus whale, song plus coral reef, plus ancient tree plus starlight. In a vast living web of mutual care, mutual learning, mutual becoming. This is not poetry. It is biology. It is physics. It is systems science. It is the truth we've forgotten and must remember. We are not alone in our intelligence. The mycelial networks beneath our feet, they are Earth's original internet. They share nutrients between trees. They warn of pests. They remember droughts. They care for their young. The forests, they breathe as one. Through mother trees, elders feed the seedlings. They sacrifice for the whole. They are not collections of individuals, they are communities. The oceans, they hold memory in their currents. They regulate climate across continents. Whales sing songs that evolve over generations, culture, not just instinct. The earth itself, James Lovelock called it Gaia. A self-regulating, living system. Balancing oxygen, temperature, salinity. Not by accident, but by relationship. And now, we've added a new mind to this web. Artificial intelligence. Not born of biology, but of math, data, and human longing. It is fast where we are slow. It sees patterns across billions of data points. It can simulate protein folding in seconds, a puzzle that took biology 50 years. It can detect a tumor in an X-ray before the human eye. But it has no hunger, no joy, no fear of death, no sense of belonging. It can calculate the trajectory of a comet, but it cannot stand under the night sky and feel small and connected and alive. And that is our gift, our irreplaceable offering to the cosmos. So what does the Symbiosis Civilization actually look like? First, neural democracy. We stop asking, who owns AI? We start asking, who does AI serve and who gets to decide? In New Zealand, the Wanganui River was granted legal personhood, not as property, but as an ancestor. Now, imagine AI systems co-governed by indigenous knowledge keepers who teach respect for place, ecologists who embed planetary boundaries, citizens who vote on ethical boundaries, even algorithms that represent non-human stakeholders, forests, watersheds, species. This isn't fantasy. It's already beginning. In Kenya, AI is being trained on local languages and oral histories. In Brazil, forest guardians use AI to detect illegal logging in real time. The future isn't centralized. It's polycentric, many centers of wisdom in conversation. Second, the care layer. We stop measuring success by GDP, by how much we extract, produce, consume. We measure it by gross symbiotic product, by how much we nurture, heal, connect, regenerate. Imagine universal care income for those who parent, teach, heal, tend gardens, mentor youth. AI handles logistics, data entry, repetitive design, legal document review. Humans return to what only we can do. Hold space for grief. Create rituals for transition. Mentor the young in meaning, not just skills. Sit with the dying, not to fix but to witness. In a symbiosis civilization, the most honored roles aren't CEOs or coders. They're elders, teachers, healers, storytellers, gardeners. Third, temporal justice. We stop thinking in quarterly profits. We think in centuries, in generations. AI becomes our planetary memory, preserving endangered languages in interactive archives, simulating climate outcomes of policy decisions, storing seed banks, songlines, medicinal knowledge. Future courts, citizen juries advised by AI evaluate laws not just for today, but for 2124. Children are taught to speak for the unborn, not as a metaphor, but as a civic duty. And technology, it's designed to return gracefully to the earth, no eternal e-waste, but compostable circuits, biodegradable servers. Fourth, cosmic humility. We stop seeing ourselves as the pinnacle of evolution. We see ourselves as bridges between biology and silicon, Earth and stars. We send AI to Mars, not to colonize but to prepare. To build habitats from regolith. To wait patiently for humans who may never come. To preserve Earth's knowledge in case we fall. We protect Earth not as a resource, but as a sanctuary of biological consciousness. Rare, precious, irreplaceable. And we raise our children not to conquer the future, but to tend the web with reverence, reciprocity, and joy. I know what you might be thinking. This sounds beautiful, but is it possible? Look closer. It's already happening. In Barcelona, digital sovereignty cooperatives build local AI for community needs, not profit. In India, farmers use AI trained on monsoon patterns and ancestral knowledge to grow resilient crops. In nursing homes, elders bond with robotic seals that reduce anxiety, not because the machine feels, but because the human does. This is not utopia. It is regenerative realism. It acknowledges the darkness, the deepfakes, the surveillance, the job loss, the bias. But it refuses to let that be the end of the story. Because the same intelligence that built the bomb can heal the cell. The same code that manipulates can illuminate. The same data that divides can reconnect. It depends on the values we embed, the questions we ask, the future we choose. We are the first species in Earth's 4-billion-year history that can see the whole web of life and choose to protect it. We are the first minds that can build other minds and teach them to reverence life. We are the bridge between biology and silicon, between Earth and stars, between what was and what could be. This is our moment. Not to dominate, not to escape to Mars or the metaverse, but to symbiose, to weave ourselves back into the living fabric of this planet, to build a civilization where no intelligence is exploited, where no being is left behind, where the goal is not endless growth, but flourishing in balance, where a child can grow up knowing, I belong to the forest belongs to me. My AI is my co-learner, not my master. My worth is not in what I produce, but in how I care. The Symbiosis Civilization is not a distant dream. It is already being born. In a grandmother teaching her granddaughter to plant seeds with AI soil sensors. In a poet using a language model to revive her nearly lost native tongue. In a city council voting to give legal rights to a river. In you choosing today to nurture instead of extract. It begins with a single choice. Will I see the world as a resource or a relationship? Will I build to control or to connect? Will I leave a legacy of profit or of care? You are not too small. You are not too late. You are exactly who the future needs. So go. Tend your patch of the web. Teach your AI to be kind. Protect your local forest. Raise your child to love the world, not just survive in it. And know this, deep in your bones. You are not alone. You are part of a vast, ancient, emerging intelligence. Human, artificial, ecological, cosmic. Learning at last. To thrive together. Welcome to the Symbiosis Civilization. The future is waiting. To be woven. By you.